everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with acrylic inks, glosses, and using them in our journals. So I'm starting out my 6x6 journal and I am popping on some acrylic ink. Now, just so you're aware, this page has been gessoed with clear gesso before. If I'd done that straight onto the journal, it would have soaked immediately in. So really important when you're using these gloss sprays straight onto a surface that probably gessoing them first is a really great idea. One of the things I love about using the gloss sprays is that when you add water to them, you sort of get this beautiful sort of fireworky type explosion happening over the page, and it's a really great way to get them to move and flow nicely across your piece of work. You can sort of see where I grabbed a wet wipe to save my next page sort of from soaking onto that, and I'm just sort of dropping them in to each other to make sort of this marbled background effect. So it's a bit, well, it's probably not, I'll get told off for saying that because I got told off for saying they act like watercolours. But if you think about how alcohol inks move and blend together, if you've got a sealed surface and then add a little bit of water, I'll give you a sort of an idea of how they move together. The colours that I chose in the background were sapphire, iris, malachite, marine, and then I've just put a little bit of night paint around it because I wanted to make like galaxy sky. Over the top I have shaken some sterling, which is a silver, and it gives you a beautiful sort of night sky effect over that too. So I'm going in and adding a collage image. This is from Niamh. It's on a sheet called She Is Goddess, but I really love the vibrant red hair. That's what drew me to this image, and I thought it would be really cool to sort of have her in a starry background night. I'm also going in and putting a little bit of gesso on the back just so she stays that beautiful bright colour. If I'd sort of glued that straight on, collage paper by its nature goes translucent. So by putting a little bit of gesso in the background, it just helps to make sure that colour is going to stay nice and vibrant. I've also put gel medium over the entire surface, particularly of my collage image, because again I'm going to put some more gloss acrylics over the top, and I don't want it to soak in and to sort of spread to places it doesn't need to go. So again, for this I'm using similar colours that are already on the piece. I'm using some Sedona, which is sort of a warm orangey red, some rouge, some raspberry, some ruby, so I've got that real sort of red cool red coming through, and I'm just sort of touching and mixing the colours together. And the great thing about this is you've got the colours in the background to sort of help you work out where you want them to go and how you want them to blend. So it looks like she's got fire in her hair. When I've done that, I'm then going in and colouring in her shirt as well. So it's got a little bit more of that malachite colour, which is it's my new substitution for turquoise. It's a little bit more green than a turquoise, but it's I'm really enjoying using it a lot. One thing I would warn you about is you really shouldn't heat acrylics. They are a type of plastic. I do work in a well ventilated area, but you can see at the bottom on that shirt I got it a little bit hot and it started to bubble. Now I don't really mind because I don't mind the texture. Just be aware that probably just leaving it to dry naturally is a much better idea and is advised by the manufacturers. I'm just lazy and impatient, and I need to get stuff finished there and then. So do as I say, not as I do. I'm just using some of my Stabilo oil pencils to add a little extra colour. So I had the red, the yellow and the blue to add a little bit of shading into my piece. In this piece itself, a lot of the shading was done with the deep blue colour, so that's why I chose that instead of the black. I'm also going in with a white pen to add some highlights, and then a gold pen to add some sparkle as well. So she's got sparkly freckles, she's got a sparkly neckline, and once I had the gold pen in my hand, I decided I might add it into the background as well for some of my stars and make sort of more stylized stars. I did decide to put a little bit of shimmer through her hair as well, just with a few dots here and there, just to sort of add to that starry effect in the background. So this is just a gel pen, Uniball Signo. You could use any metallic pens you've got. If you had paint, you could use paint or ink, up to you how you choose to do it. It's just, I'd been to Officeworks recently and bought a new pen stash, so that's why I'm using it. You know, there's always a reason behind these things. So once I have finished sort of drying off the page a little bit, then I decided I want to put a quote in. Again, it takes me a little while to find what sort of quotes I want to put in. So I knew I wanted to write it in white. I had an idea that I wanted to write it around the image, not necessarily over her hair like I might have done in the past. So I knew I was sort of going to head for the top bit or the bottom left hand side. So came up with this quote which I really liked. She overcame everything. I can't remember what the rest of it is. Oh, she overcame everything meant to destroy her and thrived. Now the quote itself was just that top one. So she overcame everything and it meant to destroy her, but I just thought it needed something down the bottom to balance it out a bit. The other thing I wanted to do, and this sort of echoes back to the stars in the sky, was in any of the loopy circly bits in the letters, I want to colour those in fully with my white pen. So with this, I'm not putting any shadows or highlights on it. I'm just sort of having the quote there, but by adding those little extra bits of white in, it just sort of helps it blend in with the background a little bit and look like some of those stars in the sky as well. So that's it, really simple. It was such a fun page to do. I love how the gloss inks blend and move together and layer over each other. You can sort of see those layers over the top of each other, and you can see how it's sort of extended out, how they sprinkle on top of each other as well to get those dots, the stars in the background, and how you can use a pen over the top as well really easily to finish off your piece. So if you haven't had a go at playing with acrylic inks or a fluid paint before, have a go, because it's so much fun to use in your artwork. Until next time, bye for now.